In the middle of a deep forest, there was a large lake surrounded by tall trees. The water was dark and still, and few people ever visited. But one evening, a traveler named Ethan arrived with his small boat. He had heard rumors of a hidden treasure buried near the lake, and he was determined to find it. Ethan tied his boat to a wooden stake on the shore. He pulled out a long string from his bag and tied it around his wrist, just in case he needed a way to mark his path back. The air smelled strange, and as he walked through the thick grass, he noticed sharp thorns on the bushes, scratching his arms as he passed. After searching for hours, Ethan saw something unusual, a rusty lantern filled with kerosene, half buried in the ground. Someone must have been here before, he thought. Nearby, he spotted a wooden chest with a thick rope wrapped around it in a loop. His heart raced as he pulled the rope. Just as he was about to open the chest, he heard footsteps behind him. A man appeared from the shadows. He was wearing an old coat and his face looked tired. "I am the steward of this land," the man said, "and that treasure does not belong to you." Ethan hesitated. "Who does it belong to then?" "To the lake itself," the steward said. "Long ago, a great storm sank a ship carrying gold and jewels. The lake took everything, and it will never let the treasure leave." Just as the steward finished speaking, a strong wind blew across the lake. Ethan turned to look, and when he looked back, the man was gone. A loud crack echoed through the trees. The ground beneath Ethan's feet began to sink. In a panic, he grabbed the wooden chest and ran back to his boat. He untied the stake, jumped in, and grabbed his paddle, pushing himself away from the shore as fast as he could. But as he reached the center of the lake, a giant wave rose up, tipping his boat. The chest slipped from his hands and sank into the water. Ethan barely managed to climb back into his boat. Exhausted and defeated, he tasted the lake water that had splashed onto his lips. It was strangely sour. He looked back at the shore, but the strange man was nowhere to be seen. The next morning, when Ethan told the villagers about his adventure, they only shook their heads. "Many have tried to take treasure from that lake," an old fisherman said, "but the lake always wins. Some say it is cursed." Ethan never returned to the lake, but he never forgot the feeling of the water pulling him down. And as for the treasure, it remained hidden beneath the waves, forever lost in the wreck of the old ship.